Hello everyone, we are the team High Distinction. We are working in the space Body as Controller. After discussion, we choose stress as our domain. We want to develop a stress-free zone to help the user to release their stress. A boxing game will be created to let the user release their pressure by shout out, do sports, and so on. Due to the new study mode in this special period, Arduino will be used as the main tool to develop our concept. There are 4 people in our team: Vicky, Sophia, Edward, and Snow. All of us are good at doing interaction design. We're familiar with user surveys, prototype design, and evaluation. Some of us have some skills which are not relevant to the interaction design, but may be useful in modeling, such as Sketch, 3D Max, and CAD. One of our teammates is good at Python and PHP, so we can get some programming support from our teammates as well. However, all of us need to learn some programming skills that are relevant to our self-project. Anyway, as a team, we will help each other.
Our domain is to relieve stress. Nowadays, there are many people must face to a lot of pressure every day, which were from their working life. They usually don't know how to vent or pull out. As time went by, these people will produce depression and other psychological diseases. For the target user, according to our survey, most of stress in life comes from work. So our target user will be office workers and students. Secondly, our design is more game-oriented. So game lover also will be our target users.
Based on the target user groups, 3 personas are created. The first one is a Chinese male doctor who works in the emergency department. He suffers stress from his work, not only from saving lives, but also from expectations and accusations of patients' families. He lives in an old, small apartment without a gym inside, so it's hard to find a place to do sports as well. Our design can help those people who suffer stress from work by offering a game combined with exercise, which can be played in a small zone to reduce their pressure and to keep healthy. The second persona is a Chinese student who studies in Brisbane in grade 12. Her pressure is from the study. She likes to do sports as well. She needs things which can help her relax her mind and to do sports at the same time, due to the reason that she wants to use more time to study. Our design combines game with exercise, so it can help her as well. The third persona is a Chinese game streamer who is addicted to the games. He likes to play computer games but feels tired after a long time sitting in front of the computer. He likes to try new types of games as well. Our design makes the user interact with game in a physical way, which can offer interesting experience for those game lovers. Meanwhile, it is a healthy way to play games. Overall, our concept is designed for those who need to release pressure, do sports in a small zone, and who are interested in play games.
We also created a virtual sync storyboard based on the persona. Our main character, Jonathan, is an enterprise programmer who works in data mining and software development. With so much work to do every day, Jonathan is under a lot of pressure. The first is from life, where he works more than 10 hours a day in front of a computer. Then come from life. Jonathan, a recent graduate, had a good income and rent a relatively good apartment, which made him face high rent. Jonathan's situation resembled that of today's youth. Although the living conditions are good, but the work is too busy. He has been a single person for a long time. In the face of such great pressure, he has no place to comfort. Even when he is alone at home at night, he does not speak loudly for fear of affecting his neighbor and bring inconvenience to others. This Jonathan continues with stress relieving device so he can live a happy life. Using our decompression equipment, Jonathan was able to win his stress at any time, and by doing so effectively and without affecting others, Jonathan began to live a positive, happy life.
Our design was inspired by a poster, which is the machine prints words on the screen by recognizing speech, then attack the targets with these words. Another inspiration was vent space. Just like this picture, in this area, user can light off steam by purging objects. The user will enjoy broken objects in this room.
At the theme of body as controller, we immediately choose a human hands as a controller and use a wearable device to help control. Since the user needs to wear a modified boxing glove, the modification here means that the speed sensor and the vibration sensor are installed inside the boxing glove. The operation method of this boxing glove is that the user needs to simulate boxing movements to wave their arms out and hit the item in the virtual scene. At this time, the thing on the screen will also track the user's movements in real time and display the movements on the screen simultaneously. At the same time, the speed sensor in the boxing gloves can indirectly determine the strength of their punches by the speed of the user waving their hands, and determine whether the user hits an object in the scene and then feed it back to the vibration sensor. Next, the vibration sensor in the boxing gloves produce different levels of intensity and frequency of vibration to give user a synchronized interactive experience. In the computer screen in front of the user, there will be a 3D scenes of objects placed to simulate real-life scenes. The objects in the scenes can include chairs, glasses, trash bin, doors, and other things that people want to destroy when they are stressed in daily life. When the user hits the item, the sound made by each item is also different, so there will be a real-time interactive feedback to the user. For example, when a glass product is hit, there will be a crisp cracking sound, and when it hits a wooden object, there will be a slightly dull cracking sound. In the design scenes, each object will have a different sound. This kind of sound feedback is to make people more immersive. At the same time, when people are stressed, they will release the pressure by yelling, so we also consider adding the function of voice recognition to make sound as an indirect controller and judge their pressure level according to the intensity of users yelling.
Our concept also has many benefits. First of all, we use the most traditional and direct way of decompression, which can help users better relieve their pressure. Secondly, it will not cause many influence on others in this way, and it will not destroy anything. In addition, our concept requires little environmental factors, just a pair of gloves and a display screen. In addition, such a game can not only effectively reduce stress but also make people feel happy.